JohnnyCannabis with OhioCannabis.com, wishing you a happy Virtual Comfest. I think this is the first time in 40 years that Comfest had to be canceled. I know that this is one of the biggest events that happened down there. Everybody looks forward to it. I think 100,000 or more people actually attend this every year. Being from Cleveland, I never even heard of it up until a couple of years ago. Thankfully, we got linked up and I was able to start participating in the presentations. And they reached out to me this year to give a virtual presentation and an update on the current Ohio medical marijuana industry. So I want to thank everybody at Comfest for putting this on and allowing me to continually participate in this. And I want to thank everybody for listening to the information I have to give. So starting from the top, the Ohio industry has been open technically for more than a couple of years, but officially we've been open about a year and a half. An actual dispensary has been open about a year and a half. Since then, we've had 136,000 patients get recommendations from doctors in Ohio. Only 109,000 of them have actually registered and gotten their full card with the state of Ohio. So it's a two-part process. You have to go and see a doctor for an ailment that you currently have, and then they give you the recommendation, and then you have to take that to the Board of Pharmacy for your final application set up, and you have to pay an additional fee of $50. Now, out of the 109,000 who have registered, only about 81,000 have actually purchased medical marijuana since the program opened, which is actually a lot better than it was originally. We were looking at less than 50% of participation. So now the numbers have increased quite a bit. The industry's gotten more stable. A lot more strains have become available. Some more processors have come on board. So the industry's really finally starting to, I don't want to say quite mature yet, because we still got a long ways to go, but it's really starting to get solidified at least. Now we have 8,000 veterans, and that's amazing because the veterans are always one of the groups that have wanted to get access to medical marijuana, and it's always such a controversial thing with them because it's still federally illegal. Some veterans just don't care, they don't mind losing their veteran benefits or getting flagged or whatever because they want this medicine. It's work for them, it's work for a lot of their friends and fellow soldiers, and they just know that they want to get rid of all the prescription medicine and get on cannabis and just live a better, healthier life. So it's great to hear that 8,000 veterans are participating in this program. There's also 8,000 indigent patients that are available. So if you meet a certain financial threshold of income, you would qualify for this indigent labeling, if you will, and then you get discounts at different dispensaries. You get discounts on your yearly card registration. So there's a lot that comes into play to take care of our lower income patients here in Ohio, and it's really nice to see the program being built and designed to at least offer some type of discounts to the lower income patients in Ohio. About 600 patients currently are actually terminal. This number unfortunately continues to fluctuate over time because these patients are terminal. And the good news is they're at least able to get some real relief, and whether it's pain relief, stress relief, anxiety, in their end time, they're able to get the best medicine they can to make their body feel good, their mind, their spirit, everything. So it's great to hear that the terminal patients are getting access to this medication as well. There's about 12,000 caregivers throughout Ohio, so that's huge. There's a lot of older patients in this program, and not everybody can make it to the dispensary. Not everybody has a dispensary close by. So a lot of caregivers out there, they don't get paid for it. They're just doing it out of the kindness of their heart to help other Ohio patients. So that's awesome to hear. There's so many people that have signed up for that program. Now we're currently at still 21, it's about to be 22 qualifying conditions. I'll put a link below to all the conditions. Most everybody's familiar with them at this point, but they have just approved another condition called Cachexia. I think I'm saying it right. I apologize if I'm not. Cachexia, and that's a wasting syndrome. Unfortunately, they decided to not pass anxiety and autism for whatever reason, which I think is a terrible shame. It's great that the Cachexia patients are going to get some relief, but it's probably, and I'm just guessing in this, a smaller portion of the population that qualify under that condition than, say, the 1.4 million Ohioans that would qualify under anxiety. So we really need them to, we really need you guys to keep pushing on the politicians, on the Board of Pharmacy, and make sure that we get these other conditions added, because anxiety and autism are two of the biggest ones that should have been added on from the beginning. So many people are affected with anxiety. It's technically already available under PTSD. However, not everybody gets qualified under PTSD, and anxiety is a broader term that most people, a lot of people have issues with, and we want to get these people the proper relief too. So don't give up. Keep trying. This program is going to continue to develop over the next few years, and eventually we're going to be at a good point where, you know, everybody's going to be covered at some point, one way or another. Now currently there's 50 dispensaries open, so there was a total of 60 licenses issued, and 50 of them have been opened already, so that's great to hear. It's that retail element that's going to give everyone access to the medicine that they're looking for. They're spread out decently throughout the state of Ohio. I know not everyone has them around the corner from them, but 50 dispensaries is a pretty good starting point for this program to, you know, hopefully ramp up more licensing in the future. But at least for right now, you know, there's a good amount of dispensaries open. Total, there's 34 cultivation facilities that have licenses. However, only 10 Tier 1 and 10 Tier 2 licenses are actually cultivated right now. So there's still about 14 or so that don't have any plants in the ground. We need to get these other licenses on board and open so that we can continue to have innovation and competition in the marketplace to drive quality up and drive price down. It's the best way to get cheaper product in Ohio, is having more cultivators on board so that we have access to a plethora of more medicine, whether it's higher quality or just different strains. More cultivators is going to equal a cheaper price for you. There's 17 out of the 40 processors currently operating at the moment. So processing includes actual extraction of the cannabinoids, and then also making edibles. So that's kind of like a two-purpose license. Not all extractors are producing edibles, and not all edibles are going to be extraction companies. So it kind of varies depending on the company. But we have a lot of great edibles and concentrates out there right now, from tinctures to waxes and edible gummies. I know are really good ones. The Wana brand is a great product from Buckeye Relief. And, you know, more processors come on board, we'll get access to even better products. The list will expand of the type of infused products we'll get. I'd imagine we'll see some drinks at some point, perhaps. I can't say for sure, but it'll be nice to see some type of beverages get infused with cannabis and CBD here in Ohio. There's still currently 2 labs right now that are processing or that are testing for the whole state of Ohio. So it'd be nice to see some additional labs come on board. However, you know, with only about 60% of the licenses currently open right now, we might not need any additional labs. I know North Coast Labs is processing about 80% of the tests right now, so they do have a big portion of it. But even they aren't running at full capacity right now because there's just not enough cultivators and processors on board for them to test additional products. So like I said, with 60% of the industry being open right now, you know, there's still going to be a lot of opportunity for everyone to get in the near future. Cleveland School of Cannabis, you know, they're still doing their thing and helping out everyone in Ohio. They just had a graduating class last week, so I want to give a big shout out and thanks to everyone at the Cleveland School of Cannabis for staying on path and studying hard and trying to help build the infrastructure that we need here in Ohio to have a successful program long term. Cleveland School of Cannabis has been pivotal in actually getting enough people qualified, trained, and in these different facilities throughout Ohio to actually process this medication for everybody. So they've really been working hard, getting the right education and the right curriculum for everybody out there. They've been super supportive of the industry and just trying to do everything they can to help support this industry in Ohio the best that they can. Hemp is obviously finally legal here in Ohio, and I think they just recently planted the first crop of hemp within the last 2 weeks. So that's exciting to hear. Ohio had over 200 applications for farmers. They were anticipating getting more. However, I think most of those farmers did get approved. Hemp's going to be kind of a tricky industry because last year we were seeing a large overage of raw material, of actual hemp itself, and there wasn't enough processors to actually do something with that hemp to kind of save it so that you can process it in products throughout the year. So a lot of it went to waste, and a lot of it's still trying to be processed from last year. But it is going to be a little bit of an uphill battle. But Ohio's in the game, and that's what's important. You know, we got medical marijuana 4 years ago now, and we finally just got hemp, and we're still trying to push for adult use. There was a bill that was going to be put on the ballot this year. They had language out there. They started to get signatures. Unfortunately, that language had some inaccuracies with it and was rejected by the Attorney General of Ohio. And they didn't have time to reintroduce new language and go out and get new signatures to support that new language because of COVID. So unfortunately, that kind of got shot dead in the water, and we might not see an adult use bill till 2021, maybe 2022. So we still have some ways to go. We still have a lot of the industry right now to set up and build. However, there's still going to be a lot more opportunity for everyone down the line. Events in Ohio obviously have been canceled across the board. Cannabis is no different. However, there are going to be some of cannabis and hemp related events towards the end of the year. Right now there's a hemp event set for the end of September, I believe, in Pickerton County Fairgrounds, where it was last year. It was a great event last year. There was over 600 people, a lot of farmers, and this year I assume there will be another really good turnout as well. There was like 40 vendors last year too, so it was a really good event, and I'll be looking forward to attending it again this year. You know, there's other companies that help support this industry beyond the actual license holders. You have ancillary companies like Hyper. Hyper is a cashless payment app that allows you to check out at dispensaries without having to pay for any high ATM fees or worry about carrying cash in general. I've never used cash at a dispensary since I signed up with them. It's super easy. You just hit the app when you check in one time, and the dispensary does the rest of it whenever you're checking out. So companies like that are helping support the industry are just giving us patients more infrastructure and more opportunity to just embrace this industry more and more as it develops. Some other really interesting ancillary companies that are from Ohio. So Hyper's not from Ohio, but they do support it. But other companies that are from Ohio are Genius Pipes. They're actually on the east side of Cleveland, and since the last 2 years have been going, they've seen a lot of increase and have hired additional salespeople and marketing and all kinds of staff in order to help build their business. So there's so much opportunity beyond the actual license holders. And you know, you might work for one company and it might not be the right fit for you. You might not be the right fit for them. But just get out there. Whether you have to intern or you get paid $10 an hour, just get some experience under your belt. This is a long-term game. Nobody's going to get rich overnight. You know, everyone's going to need to build their career and get experience through a lot of work and time and dedication. And just getting in the mix somehow is the best way to do it. Some other companies in Ohio, though, that have started to do really well since the industry took off is Funk Sack. They've been around a long time. Edibles. Edibles is an edible company that's showing you how to make your own infused foods at home. So that's pretty cool. And there's a lot of doctor's offices out there that you can go work for, and whether it's on the dealing with patients or helping with their marketing or whatever, you know, there's a lot of different doctor's offices that have opportunities for you to go work at. Ohio Marijuana is one of them. Ohio Marijuana Card is one of them. They've been around for about 2 years now, and they've really done a lot for the Ohio market and have got a lot of patients recommended. So we want to thank them for doing all the work they've done. But there's a lot of other companies out there beyond them that you can work for, whether it's in Cleveland, Columbus, or Cincinnati. There's plenty out there. And just whether you're, into taxes or compliance or sales, graphic design, there's so many opportunities for people to still get in this industry. It's going to take some time. My suggestion is once these events start happening, go to events. Whether you have to pay for them or you get to go to them for free, just go to events, have your resume ready, and just meet people and introduce yourself. Shake hands, give them your resume. They'll remember you because not many people are doing that. And if you're serious about getting in this industry, you got to start at the ground level, and that's one of the best ways to do it. That pretty much wraps this up. We want to thank everybody again that have allowed us to continue to participate in Comfest. Like I said, we really miss it. For the last 2 years, it's been hot. I've been dripping sweat down there, but it has been fun, and I really look forward to it. I'm so appreciative of continually be asked to interact with the Comfesters, and I just love being a part of it now. I come down every year. I've been starting to stay a night or two so I can hit more days at Comfest, and I know that they're going to plan a big one next year, and they're really looking forward to it. If you want more information, please feel free to reach out to us at any time. We do the best we can to give you the most up-to-date and highest quality information possible. We're always out there in the mix, always trying to get people the best information we can. Feel free to reach out to us at info@ohiocannabis.com. We're on all social media platforms. Check us out. We'll put all the social media platforms below. We want to thank all of our sponsors that have continually helped support what we do. Hyper is a sponsor. They allow us to sell CBD Living on our website, who's also another sponsor. So you can purchase high quality CBD products through our website, along with some Genius pipes. We have some special ohiocannabis.com branded Genius pipes available on our website. Those are super cool. So we want to thank all the sponsors that have helped support everything we do so that we can keep going out there for you guys and getting the best information possible. Once again, thanks to Comfest for having us on. Thanks to everybody for listening to this, and happy Comfest 2020. See you guys next year. Bye.